Hey there, Capricorn. How are you today? My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your weekend bonus reading. This one is going to be for 5th, 6th, and 7th of September, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be back on Sunday with the weekly readings. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's what we're doing. We're going to do a Celtic cross to see what Spirit wants to talk about, and that is the whole deal today. Okay. All right. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to ask y'all if you like this to like or leave a comment or something. Anyways, that's what they keep telling me. I gotta get 2 more likes and comments. Okay, there you go, Ashley. All right, here we go. Capricorn, what is your current situation? What is it keeping you up at night? Now, what are you thinking about? What is at the center of your world every day when you get up? You're trying to fix it. What's that all about? What's your situation? You've got the King of Swords. So King of Swords, right now you are in this position where you are acting. You're coming from a place of higher intelligence. You're definitely trying to look at everything from a very analytical standpoint. You're trying to keep emotions tucked way far back, okay? You're not letting them be part of your day-to-day life, or you're trying to keep them at bay, right? You don't want them involved in your decision-making. This does speak of you coming from a place of honesty and integrity and trying to uphold that as well as require that from anybody who's near you, okay? You're acting very strategically. You're really, though, the undercurrent here is you're really being very cold. Very much so just dealing in facts, black and white, you know what I'm saying? Trying to, like I said, keep emotions real far at bay right now for some reason, okay? All right, so what is the obstacle to this? What'd you do? The Ace of Cups. No, of course. So there's some kind of a new opportunity in love that has shown up, which is the last thing you needed, right? You didn't have time for that right now. You have a schedule to uphold. No. There is some sort of a new twist in love, some kind of a new opportunity or a way to, maybe if you're already in something, this is a way to spice it back up or get it going again. This is basically, there's shown up a way to fill the cup again, fill the cup with love. And that to you is an obstacle because you had a mission. You were going forward this direction. You know what I'm saying? You had your car on whatever, on the cruise control. You're going to where you're going, and now all of a sudden this showed up on the road. So that's how that's coming up. So what is it you need to focus on? What Spirit wants you to focus on? 4 of Swords. The reason that you're in the King of Swords to start with is because you're in a very defensive mode. And you're in a defensive mode because you've been hurt. So what they're saying is you decided to not deal with the hurt. You're just going to close out love and just move in a different direction, and that's that. But you can't really do that. At some point, you're going to have to take the time to try to heal this. So you need to rest for a minute and try to heal what is broken so that you can move forward as a whole person versus being lopsided, right? Because you need balance. There has to be balance. All right, let's keep going. What is it that you need to leave behind you? Judgment. So whether this is saying that you have been judged and you are still like held down by the fact that somebody judged you, or held down by guilt or something for what you've done, or if this means that you pass judgment on somebody, but in passing judgment, the next step is supposed to be forgiveness, right? Or acceptance at any rate. And it feels like you got stuck on stupid is how I heard it in my head, but so you got kind of like a record with a scratch, right? Dot, 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 on just the judgment part. And you're not finding the acceptance or the forgiveness that needs to come next to make it, to make it possible to heal. Okay, all right. What is your strength in this situation? You are the Empress. Male or female, no difference. I mean, you are all that in 2 bags of chips, right? You're all 4 queens rolled into one. You can pull them at will. You have the ability to nurture anything that you want to, as long as it's willing, okay? You can nurture it into the greatest version of itself it'll ever be. I mean, you have that. That is your superpower, is your ability to nurture things and make them grow, make them be all they can be. That is your strength. It will always be your strength, okay? But right now it's like this little light of mine, I'm going to let that shine. It's like somebody's put a cup over that light and you can't move forward with it. And it's because you moved emotion out and because you're stuck on this judgment situation, whichever way it plays out. Okay? All right, forward. What do we get? 2 of Swords. Yep. 2 of Swords tells me that all these things I've just said are true. But if we're playing tennis, the ball is in your court. And you have to hit the ball. And instead you're just letting it bounce, right? You're not hitting the ball, but you have to make a decision. You have to decide to let this judgment thing go. You have to decide to move forward. And right now you're just kind of standing there, stuck on stupid. That's the line. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to write that down. That'll be the whatever you call that, clickbait for YouTube. But anyways, it's and I mean it in the kindest way possible, but it's just time for you to move forward. You're somehow, it's like you're stunned or something, so you're just standing there. Okay, what is the advice? The Magician. Manifest the life that you want. Yesterday is yesterday. You can't go backwards, okay? And tomorrow's tomorrow. All you can do is hope for the future, okay? But you can manifest what you want. You cannot necessarily change things that have already happened. You can take accountability if that's necessary, apologize if that's necessary, or forgive if that's necessary. But after that, you can't change things. You just have to manifest the life you want, okay? All right, so what's the atmosphere? 8 of Pentacles. You're looking for a sense of commitment to something. You want to be committed to your dreams or committed to whatever you are investing in at this point. But it has to come from a balanced place to be successful. Okay? What is your greatest fear? Justice? What'd you do, Capricorn? No, sorry, no. Well, the scales will be balanced either way. So I can't tell you that your greatest fear being justice. Don't fear that. I mean, if you've done something that's wrong, like I said, all you can do is take accountability and apologize, dust yourself off and move forward. That's all you have. There's no other recourse. Okay, there's not a different way you can do that. Or maybe you're on the other side of justice, right? And you have to find the forgiveness. You know, when somebody does apologize to you and take accountability, you have to find forgiveness for whatever's happened, or at least find a level of acceptance so that you can either cut the thing off or, you know, continue forward. You have to do what you're going to do, but you can't stay in this crazy, angry, upset, turmoil thing. You know, you can't stay there. That's not a good place to stay. The rent's so high there. You totally don't want to stay there, so you got to move forward, okay? All right, what do we get next? What is the outcome? 10 of Pentacles. I mean, you're headed towards what you want to be at. Okay, this is like a very, very, very large speed bump. This is like something that happened that, I don't know, it's like the car stalled out before you could get over the speed bump, right? And you're really having a tough time. Car's too heavy. You can't push it by yourself. But you're going to get over it. You are. As soon as you find either the acceptance or the forgiveness. Or you apologize or whatever. Something. You're headed towards your 10 of Pentacles. That's where you need to be. That's your legacy. That is your abundance. It's your success. Okay? All right. What do we get? 3 off the bottom. We got the... we're stuck together. 2 of Cups, the Hangman, and the 7 of Swords. There's a divine union here that you feel stuck on, that you've been incredibly deceptive towards, it looks like, or you've acted very strategically towards. It feels as though you had an unfair advantage in this, and you know that, and that is where your fear is somehow based. Something about that is what has got you. You're stuck on something you've done. So I guess you could say it looks as though you've done something wrong. Okay, we all do sometimes. But you're having a very hard time reconciling it or putting it behind you right now, because you feel as though you came at the situation with an unfair advantage. Okay, so Friday I have the 10 of Wands and the Hierophant. This is some sort of a higher level of commitment, but I don't feel like it's necessarily one you're in now. I think it's one from the past, and it's become so burdensome, and it's over something that was done that you feel guilty about. Something where you feel like you had an unfair advantage is what I got. 2 of Wands for Saturday and the Star card. This is you trying to figure out what path to take going forward. I feel like this is not you. The Star card is somebody else in your life that has this huge amount, like big doe eyes, like they have this huge amount of hope and faith in you. And you're afraid to go forward because you're afraid you're going to hurt that, or because you've hurt something similar to that in the past and it's got you on the fence. Sunday, I've got 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. This is you standing in your independence and dealing with the Queen of Cups, somebody who is having a very hard time holding up their boundaries with you. And that's somehow triggering to you in a dynamic. Okay, there you go. We're out of time anyways. But thank you. I'll be back on, when will I be back? Sunday. Yeah, with weeklies. I'm here every morning with the daily energy check-ins. If anybody needs a private reading, just send me a message, a DM, and I'll get you the details. I'll never reach out to you first. No matter what the cards say, go out and make it the best weekend you possibly can. All right? Thank you to each and every one of you. You guys are all spectacular, and I appreciate you all. Thank you.